Good.
Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're happy to have you with us for another video. We have some really big changes to talk to you guys about. Some things that were planned and then something that wasn't planned, but it is quite the blessing and we are so excited. So we are heading to town today. We've got to run some errands and pick up some things, and we have been telling you guys for a little bit now that we have a big surprise that we wanted to share with you. We have purchased a remote cabin. Super excited about it. That's something that we wanted when we came to Alaska. We knew we wanted to do this eventually. We definitely didn't think it was going to happen this fast. Like, we've only been here for 3 months, and we have been working with an amazing realtor. He is actually the one that helped us purchase our main cabin here that we live in. Wherever this remote cabin was going to be, it was going to be a haul to get out there. It's not on the road system, so we can only get there by snow machine in the winter time and by boat in the summer on a river. So that, you know, when we go out there, we plan on spending lots of time out there, whether it's a weekend or a week. We're gonna have stuff. We're gonna have food. We're gonna have all the things that we're gonna need for that trip. The last thing I wanna do is be hauling a bunch of heavy water so that we have drinking water, water to cook with, brush our teeth, and all those things. So that was kind of a challenge, finding a remote cabin that had a well, but we found one. It is a 385 square foot log cabin, like legit log cabin built, I think it was like just over 30 years ago. Super cute, kind of a setup like what we have here. It's the main floor and then you have a loft. It's got a little kitchen and it does have a well. The well is not hooked up to the cabin. There is no plumbing, nothing like that, but at least we have the well that works. It's a deep well. So when we're out there camping out, doing whatever, we can at least fill up water jugs to bring into the cabin to cook with and drink and all that good stuff. This cabin sits on 15 acres of remote, unrestricted land, and it is riverfront, you guys. And I'm so excited because I've researched it, and this particular river runs all species of salmon, and we'll be able to go out there and go ice fishing in the winter and fishing in the summertime right off of the bank of our property. So I can't wait to take you guys out to see the cabin because we purchased this cabin sight unseen. We have yet to see it in person. It's gonna be a little bit of a project preparing to get out there, which is one of the reasons we're going to town today. We're purchasing a big sled to pull behind the snow machine so we can take all the supplies out when we go, because we will be kenneling the puppies and taking them with us every time we go out there. So we're gonna be spending some time preparing for our first trip out to the cabin. I don't know exactly when that's gonna be yet. We've had some really warm temperatures, and so traveling on the frozen river is a concern. We have to wait until things kind of freeze up a bit before I feel comfortable going out across the river with Parker and the dogs and everything to get out to the cabin. But you guys know when we go, you will be going with us, and we are super excited to see it. The cabin has an adorable little outhouse. It's actually a really big outhouse, and part of that outhouse, the other side of it, is the generator room. It does come with everything that the sellers left at the cabin. It comes with a snow machine that is working. It comes with a boat. So that's probably a question that you had. Well, if you got to use a river to get there in the summer, are you guys going to be getting a boat? And we eventually may get a different kind of boat. This isn't the kind of boat that Joe and I had intended on getting for fishing and stuff, but if this came with the cabin and it conveyed with the property, we'll take it. So it is an 18-foot like river boat with a jet engine that we will be using in the summertime to get back and forth to this remote property. And like I said, it conveyed with the cabin. Everything in the cabin comes with it. Right now it has an oil heater in the living room. They removed the wood stove that was in there and put in an oil heater. And I will probably, Joe and I have been talking about that. For me personally, when I think of a remote cabin in Alaska, I want a wood burning stove. And to be quite honest with you guys, this is kind of like my when it hits the fan cabin. So I don't want to be dependent upon needing oil and being able to purchase oil to heat the cabin. So we are going to use the oil that's in there for now because that also conveyed, and I do believe they had just filled that up recently. So we're going to use that until it's gone, and then we will probably remove that oil heater and be putting a wood burning stove back in there at some point. But it's super cute. Everything stays with it, and I see us spending a lot of time out there with Parker, just exploring the beautiful Alaska wilderness. So that was the big surprise that we wanted to share with you guys. We just closed on the cabin day before yesterday, super fast. I think it was about 10 days from the time I saw the listing until the time we closed. So really exciting. So the other thing I wanted to mention to you guys just briefly before we head out to go to town, those of you that have been around the channel long enough to know that have seen like past videos, Joe and I have had a heart to adopt a child for a long time. Even before we got the vasectomy reversal last summer and decided we wanted to try to have another baby, we first, a couple years ago, tried to adopt. We went through the entire process, home study, background checks, fingerprints, even almost adopt a child, and that adoption didn't work out. I have videos on that in my playlist if you want to check those out. But you know, it didn't happen, and being that we moved here in Alaska, if we wanted to continue that journey of trying to adopt, we would have to redo everything because it's a different state. And I just didn't know if I had it in me to go through all of that again and pay all the money. So Joe and I hadn't really decided on that yet. When we moved into the apartment in Virginia, we had a neighbor upstairs, and her grandson, Kellen, is 7 years old. He became Parker's very best friend the entire time we lived in the apartment. And Kellen practically lived with us, and we would take him hiking and take him places, and we had sleepovers, and we loved Kellen, fell in love with Kellen. And so I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. Out of respect for his mother and for his family, I'm not gonna go into details on why we have come to the point that we've come to, but the decision has been made, and we actually have been talking with the family for almost a year now. It was last Easter 2022 when this topic first came up and we first started discussing it with the family about getting Kellen, potentially adopting him someday is the ultimate hope for us. But so right now what we're doing is a year guardianship with Kellen. Kellen is going to be flying up here, and we're the mother has, you know, requested that we do a year trial guardianship just to make sure that Kellen adapts, we adapt, everything, and then we'll see where we go from there. Kellen is a blessing to us, and I hope that we can be a blessing to his family, knowing that we are going to love him as if he were our own. Long story short, plane tickets are already purchased. His mom is flying him up here, and we will be getting Kellen for at least a year. Hopefully he can stay with us beyond that, but that's the starting point. So we're drafting paperwork with an attorney, doing all the things on the legal side to make sure that we're all covered and have all of our boxes checked so we can take care of Kellen's medical needs, dental needs, all the things, and I will be homeschooling him. We need bunk beds. And some of you are probably laughing because you might remember when we moved up to the cabin, there was a set of bunk beds up there from the previous owner, and we're like, we don't need these bunk beds, we only have Parker. So we crushed one of them and got rid of it, and now we need a bunk bed set. So we're heading to town today to try to find a bunk bed set. Kellen will be here before you know it, and he's gonna be a wonderful addition to our family, and I just wanted to bring that to you guys because you are going to be seeing him here in the near future on the channel. P. Diddy, gonna get some bunk beds. Parker, how do you feel about Kellen coming?
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. Are you excited? You haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be like having a brother, huh?
Yeah.
Someone to play with every day?
Mm-hmm.
People ask all the time, how are you getting along with the darkness in Alaska and the cold weather? How do you keep from being depressed? I just listened to UB40, Jamaican music. I don't know if it's Jamaican music, but it makes me feel like I'm back in Jamaica. Makes me happy. It could be 30 below and snowing and I'll put on UB40, baby, and I'm rocking out. Right, Joe? You be rocking out to UB40 too, but UB43.
What's UB42?
Yeah, UB43, IB40. All right, Joe and Parker are gonna get a much needed haircut while we're here in town. And then I'm gonna go into one of these little shops that has become one of my favorites. Just has lots of like home decor and super cute stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do to waste a little time while the boys are getting a haircut. No messing with the beard, Joe, okay? Just the hair. Just this, not that. All right, let's see that before do.
Couple hours from Japan, would you stay awake? I'm losing touch of who I am when you're far away. And I feel like I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while, but I want you close. Just need you to know that I want you close, closer than before. I know that we've been through a lot, now we're hiding in the crowd. I'll be whatever you want me to be, you know I'm on your side. And I feel like I'm running in circles around you. And I know I've been acting strange for a while, but I want you close.
It's your haircut, P. And your blue lips. Oh, look. There's some real snowflakes for you guys. How funny. Let me see your haircut, Joe. Oh my gosh, it's like a perfect snowflake. For all of our peeps that say you've never seen snow.
Those are all the ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
A whole big old bunch of them right there.
Yeah, a little cluster. Oh, look, little baby snowflakes. Ooh, nice haircut. Looking good.
Ugh. I hate fresh haircuts.
I just need you to know that I want you close, closer than before. Closer than before. Closer than before. Hiding all my feelings, broken from the start. Wish you never leave me. Am I going too far?
All right, so we got the bunk bed and we went ahead and went with the one that had the pull-out bed on the bottom. I thought that that would be fantastic to have for like when my mom comes to visit, because we have zero room in the cabin. Like there are no extra bedrooms, no guest bedrooms, no guest beds, anything like that. So that'll be perfect if my mom comes and visits this summer. And then we also got a little kitchen table. So I love my kitchen table that Joe built me. But the problem is it's too big for the cabin. I think this little table with the drop leaves is going to be perfect. We can set the leaves up for school to have more room for books, but when we're not using it, we can just drop the leaves down and have more space in that area. So I'm excited. All right, so Joe's in the back loading everything up with the furniture guys. And, you know, we went with bunk beds because Parker's loft is not the biggest space, right? That's Parker's room upstairs. And so we're trying to go up with things so that we can still maximize the space so that the boys have somewhere to play Legos and have some open space up there for playing and stuff. So we're excited. We're trying to get everything straightened out and ready for him so that when we pick him up from the airport, we've got everything he needs. I'm really excited about school. It's funny because when I was, picking out and purchasing his first grade curriculum, I was looking at all of it and I was like, that is so easy. I remember teaching Parker that stuff. We're on our 5th year of homeschooling and I'm looking at the math, and like math for me and Parker right now in 5th grade, we're doing like integers and division and fractions and multiplying and all the things, decimals, and doing schoolwork with Callan's going to be a breeze. And what's going to be really neat is Parker is going to be able to help me with Callan. So Parker already knows how to do all the stuff Callan's going to be doing, so Parker will be able to be there to kind of be my little helper when we're doing school. And I'm looking forward to Parker having someone to play with. We get him plugged in with the things. We, go into the library. We've got him plugged in with some other homeschool kids and done some play dates and things. But on the everyday, Parker is essentially the only child. Our daughter Lexi is grown and she lives in California. So when school's over or we're doing recess between subjects and he wants to go outside and play, he's pretty much on his own unless me and Joe go outside with him. So I'm looking forward to him having a playmate, someone to play with. And I think for Kellen, this is an adventure of a lifetime for this sweet boy. And we love Kellen. We fell in love with Kellen at the apartment. He spent a lot of time with us, like I was saying, and we would take him to church with us. We colored Easter eggs with him. We would take him hiking, did sleepovers, and he would come down to the apartment and give me a big hug and say, "Hi, Miss T, I missed you." He's just the sweetest kid. But I am excited to be in the position, me and Joe are in the position to offer him this opportunity to come and be here with us. So I don't know what it will turn into. I don't know exactly how long we're going to have him. We know it'll be a year. But as long as we have him, how long or short, we're going to love him and enjoy every bit of it. So as far as the remote cabin goes, obviously it's completely off grid. We're hoping to get out there within the next few weeks to a month. Callan coming up is kind of something that was not expected, so we're going to have to get him here and get adjusted and kind of get him settled in before we load everybody up on snow machines and head out there. But the sellers had offered to take us out there to show us the trail that they take to get there and kind of the ins and outs of the cabin. But then we had that warm weather I was telling you guys about, and there was a lot of overflow and things on the river and open water, and it just wasn't safe to get out there. So I'm excited though to take you guys. I think it's going to be, bless you, baby. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It is so rustic and cute. I cannot wait to get out there and just put our little spin on it. Hoping to go out there this summer. It's going to be great. I was in the shower the other night and I was thinking, and I had this thought, kind of like it just occurred to me. And I came out and told Joe, I'm like, 2023, I'm not going to do a garden. I'm not going to do it. You guys, we just got here and we have so much to do as soon as this snow melts. I was overwhelmed at the thought of doing a garden this year. Starting the seeds, building the boxes, bringing in soil and compost, creating that perfect soil for a garden. We don't have any of that yet. And that stuff takes research, time, and preparation. And that's just time that I just don't have right now. So I'd rather spend this spring and the summer doing the other things and loading up the dogs and the kids in the boat and going out to the remote cabin and going fishing and having fun and adventures. It's our first summer in Alaska. So I don't know, maybe we'll do some little potted tomato plants on the deck or something easy, but I'm like, why am I doing that to myself? Why am I feeling like I have to do everything all at once our first summer here? I don't, and I want to enjoy it, and it goes by fast up here. The summers go by fast. You've got a good 3 or 4 months without snow, and so we're gonna hold off on the garden until next year, and hopefully we will have the greenhouse done so we can garden in the greenhouse next year. Yeah, so this spot is like super crowded. And it's because the wood burning stove is in this corner here. If this stove was over there, which this is obviously a disaster right now. Look at my living room, oh my gosh. Hi. But anyway, if it was over here, then it would be great. This is the living room, this is where it should be. And then it would free up all this space right here for like a dining area. And you know, it's whoever is sitting over here is usually super hot because they're nearest to the wood burning stove. So this table is gorgeous. Joe and I built this by hand in Virginia before we moved to Alaska. So I don't know what we'll do with it. Maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we'll use the tabletop for a good like workbench for Joe in the garage when we build it. I don't know. But it's got to go. There's not enough room. So before we get started on cleaning up this mess, I was going to show you guys what I got at that cute little home decor store. Some cute little finds. All right, so this is what I picked up. Got this cute little flower container for the kitchen counter. Super cute. And then I got this little shelf to go right above the stove in the kitchen because I have a little spot in the kitchen above the stove and I don't have anything to put there. Now I don't know if I'm gonna keep the little bird that I got and the candle on there, but it's a super cute little miniature shelf. I can put like salt and pepper shaker or little spices on there, but anyway, it's perfect because it's a tiny, tiny little shelf. Got these little beads to go with my little wooden bird. And then these Mississippi made candles from that shop. I love them. This is lemon meringue. Smells so yummy. And then I got this little organizer, like a little farmhouse organizer. So my plan with this organizer is to convert this plastic one here that we use for our homeschool into this cute little metal one. There we go, all cleaned out and organized. That's really cute.
Far down.
Asher, you want to say hi? Look at.
Yeah, give me that.
Kiki?
This one?
Something gray, what's that from?
That is like way better for this spot. And these can come up so we have more room if we need it. But if we don't, then they can stay down. That's a lot smaller, Joe. Like just looking at it from here, that is like way smaller. It's much better. So the other two chairs weren't there today. They have to come up from Anchorage, so they're supposed to be calling us when those come in so we can go pick them up. But thankfully I have these other two chairs. These are antique chairs that I got that are super, super old. And at the time that I bought them, I was like, these are so cute. But functional wise, like they're just falling apart and don't work for everyday use, unfortunately, because they are super cute, but they're really old. But we'll use them for now until the other two chairs come in from Anchorage. And at least this way, when little Kellen gets here, we will have room to sit around the table because now there's going to be 4 of us. All right, so this is the current situation in Parker's room. This is the loft. Don't be judging. I see you judging because his room's like messy and stuff. Let me tell you, this is actually clean. Yeah, for a 10-year-old boy. So Parker's loft is kind of his bedroom / our storage room. So you guys know we're kind of like preppers at heart, so we have lots of food storage. I have some videos on that and the way that we store food for emergency situations. So this is gonna remain upstairs, but we're gonna like shift all this around. You guys probably remember we installed this for Parker when we first moved in because there's no closet up here. So we just bought these from Lowe's and Joe put it up and that's where he hangs his clothes. So we can either go through Parker's clothes and get rid of some to make room. You know, maybe they can do half and half, half for Kellen, half for Parker, or we can just get a whole new bar and put one up for Kellen.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that we should start a band and reach for the sky. It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep, I'm just not tired. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now. I just miss you. I just miss you. We were such a constellation, right? No, you'd agree.
Well, good morning. It's the next day and I'm buried in paperwork. You guys, it is like tax season and yeah, this year is the last year that I have real estate income because I will not be doing real estate here in Alaska. For those that don't know, I was a realtor in Virginia for 8 years. I knew right away when we were gonna come up here, I had no intentions on doing real estate once we got to Alaska. So I'm excited that this is the last year I have to report my real estate income. But you know, with taxes, it's like you gotta track all your receipts, all your expenses, all your things. Thankfully, I'm super meticulous and organized with all that. It's just a matter of getting it all together, totaling everything up and all that. So, but still, it's just like another thing to do. So I've been kind of working on that intermittently the last couple weeks, trying to get things together. And then I'm also working on this paperwork that needs to be signed by Kellen's mom and Joe and I, the agreement that we have for this temporary guardianship. Some of you have asked about Joe's bear, asked what we did with it. So there's really nowhere to put this big guy in this little tiny cabin. Hi, Rusty. So what we did is we actually just hung it over this banister here, which is kind of cool because it gives space, or it gives privacy for Parker because he doesn't really have a wall per se. This is a loft with just like the banister railing. So yeah, we hung it here. Joe got this brown bear in Alaska when we were stationed up here last time, and he's a big guy. Very, very big. But yeah, so this is it. So Parker's got his some stuff over here, his telescope, Lincoln logs. That big old Tupperware is full of Legos. That's all Legos. Of course, his dirty clothes bin, but it's nice and clean. Look at that. Everything is clean and organized. Got a little nightstand for them. So this is gonna be Kellen's bed. Got him some new sheets and blankets. And then Parker wanted the top. But this is a nice, sturdy bed. It's like solid wood. It's not like those cheap ones that you get like at Walmart and stuff. So I'm happy about that. And then we have a new mattress on order. Because you guys remember, this is like a drawer and it pulls out. And so this is like a whole extra bed that we can use for like when my mom comes to visit. Maybe have Kellen or Parker sleep on the bottom one. Give my mom this bed. Either way, we've got an extra bed for somebody if they need it. And then as you can see, we've got all of our food buckets stacked up. So that's 3 stacks deep, what you're looking at there. So it goes back 3 stacks. And we have everything from white rice, pinto beans, sugar, flour, coffee, gosh, like all the things. And everything has been packaged in Mylar storage bags for long-term storage. So yeah, they've got this whole area to play with toys and Legos, nice and clean. We got a little table and chairs for building Legos, coloring, whatever. And of course, you've got the kitties' yucky spot. They're gonna share this dresser. Each of them is gonna have 2 drawers. I still need to go through Parker's dresser with him so that we can clean out some of the stuff to make room for Kellen's clothes. And then of course, all of his toys and stuff are in here. And this section, this is something Joe and I still need to deal with. Hi Rusty, you're just popping up everywhere. What are you doing? So yeah, everything's clean and put together, and in my opinion, the boys have the best view in the cabin. They've got these huge windows here looking out right directly to the pond. So hopefully we've done a good job cleaning it and organizing it and making Kellen feel like he's got a space of his own when he gets here. We pick him up in a week, and we haven't seen him since we left Virginia. I can't wait to give him a hug and bring him home and just get him settled in. It'll be pretty late by the time we get home that first night. His flight comes in the evening. You know, we have a drive back here to the cabin, which is quite a drive. So it'll be late that first night. So I think the next day we'll get up and we'll just take it easy. Go play out in the snow. Just let him get adapted and settled in. What you doing, P? You getting ready to go outside?
Yeah.
Are you gonna help Dad with that boat?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I could come out there and show everybody the new boat, huh?
Yeah.
We had the devil on our shoulders telling us what we should do. I wonder if you think about me too. I can hear the raindrops falling. It's cold outside, and I kinda feel like calling, but it's too late now.
Hey, P. Well, here it is. It's actually in pretty good condition. They did have it stored outside though, so Joe, you're doing a great job. Trying to clean all the snow out of it, and then we're gonna clear a spot in the Shelter Logic to put this in there to keep the snow out of it. So it's got a Johnson motor, it's an 18-foot. Seller says it works great. They used it to get to the property, so I guess we'll find out. Good news is that's what Joe did in the Coast Guard. He was a boat mechanic, so I think we'll be able to figure it out. And if it works, that's great, because we don't have a boat, and you know, this would be really fun, I think, to go fishing in the summertime on the river with the boys. We can very easily fit the dog kennel in here, take the dogs out to the remote cabin, and it came with the trailer as well. So yeah, good deal. I'm excited. What do you think, Parker?
Fun.
Are you excited about this summer?
Yeah.
Back. 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 Back.
No rider. All right, so one of the things we have to do before we can take our first trip out to the remote cabin, hopefully soon, is getting the dogs used to riding in the sled. Yeah, so we have 2 sleds that we will be pulling behind our snow machines. I'll probably be pulling the smaller sled with the dog kennel and the dogs, and then Joe's gonna be pulling the big, huge sled that you guys saw us purchase yesterday that would have all of our, you know, clothing, bedding, supplies, food, everything that we need for our trips to the remote cabin. So today, Joe's got the sled hooked up, and we're gonna go out there and see how these puppies do for a trial run.
Come on. Good boy. Slippery in there.
Were they scared the first time?
Yeah.
The treats help, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Nana. Easy.
So are we just are planning to cover it like with a tarp, Joe?
Yeah.
So keep the wind and stuff
Stay.
off of them?
Gunner, night. Sit. Get in there. Good boy, come here. Sit. Good. Out.
These dogs are smart. So many of you have asked in the comments, like, how did you train your dogs? What did you do? And to be honest with you guys, it was not that hard. They're just a super smart breed. The Belgian Malinois breed is super smart. And, you know, they'll do just about anything for treats and just about anything for their toys.
Stay. Gunner, night. Night. Stay. Gunner, night. Sit. Good boy, come here. Good. Gunner, sit. Sit. Bradley, night. Gunner. Sit. Good, come here.
What good boys.
Let's see if they get back in.
Yeah, now we'll see if they'll get back in.
Stay. Sit. Stay. Stay. Good boy.
Jeez.
Sit. Good boys.
Oh, good boys.
Good boys.
This is just kibble. We don't really, for training, we just use kibble. So that's all that is their dog food.
Hey, Nene. Nene.
Gunner's like, I did it, Dad. I went in. Good job, Gunner.
There's something in there to lay on.
Yeah, so it's not so loud. I think it's like super loud. Maybe put a...
They're sliding, so they can't really...
Right. Put like a blanket or a pad.
Yeah, we should buy one of those crate pads again.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Hey guys, it's the next morning and I'm really excited because my bunny boots finally came in. The military issues these out for like extreme cold weather environments. Joe used to have them when he was in the Army up here in Alaska, and they're super, super warm boots. I mean, they're pretty amazing. And I've searched high and low up here where we are in Alaska and could not find my size anywhere. They had plenty of sizes for Joe, like that would fit him, but nothing for my feet. And I finally went ahead and just got some on eBay. So they are here. Just got notification that they just got into the post office. So before they close, I want to go pick them up and check them out. So I thought I would take you guys with us. Crazy. It's snowing outside. That's weird. A lot of you have asked in the comments section what happened to our moose friend that joined us on the last video, and she actually stayed until mid-morning the next day and then she left and we haven't seen her since. But I actually have a little clip in there of her the next day in the daylight sleeping right behind the house, super up close shot. She slept there all night, got up the next morning, ate some more willows, then took off and disappeared into the forest, and we haven't seen her since. But that was a pretty neat experience, and it is so funny to me, all the comments from the people that are just experts on moose and stuff. Like, it's really fun. Like, oh my God, you had nothing to be scared of. Moose outnumber bears here in Alaska 3-1. For the most part, moose don't want to hurt people. They try to stay away from them and avoid them. But we have moose attacks every single year in Alaska. Just YouTube it. Go ahead. YouTube moose attacks, especially like with snow machiners. They get on the trails and the moose is on the trail and the moose won't move. And no, it is not calving season. And no, it is not rutting season. However, they are very large animals and they're unpredictable. And I don't take that lightly at all. And it's just so funny. People are like, oh, that 357 ain't gonna do nothing to that moose. We saw a video of a guy that took down a moose with a Glock. It charged his snow machine multiple times and he had no choice when it came at him again. He took it down with a Glock. So I'm pretty sure if a Glock could take care of a moose, my 357 at least would do some damage and get it to where I could safely get away from it. For all the moose experts out there, thank you for your opinion, but I'll continue to wear my 357 and I'll continue to be careful and be afraid of these very large animals that could stomp my face in.
Let's go get these bunny boots, Joe.
Yo, G, you want to say what's up? Say what's up. Taking Gunner on a ride to the post office.
Gunner, what are you doing? This isn't the truck and that doesn't look comfortable. Hey, what are you doing? You can't sit up here with us. No, you can't get in my lap. No, I know, gang. I know, you're so cute, but it's still a no. What? I'm not, babe. I think you like all my faces. Smell for the camera, Joe. Smell for the camera. This is the excitement up here, is checking the post office. Oh, that's Kellen's curriculum. It already came in. That was super fast.
You put rush on it?
I did. I put rush on it because I didn't know how long it would take to get up here. And even though, like, we're going to take a couple days before we start school, I wanted to have it so that we could start when we're ready.
Brand new.
What? Here they are. Brand spanking new bunny boots. Not the prettiest of boots. I know. Let me switch this around like big right here. They're so insulated. My toes, I told you guys before, my toes get super cold. And our good friends let me borrow their bunny boots when we were at their house for a bonfire, and my feet were so warm the entire time, and it was like 0 degrees that night. They're brand new. I didn't realize they were brand new. And these look like they're gonna fit me perfectly. So now we are on the hunt to get Joe a pair and also find a pair for Parker. I got them and I'm very happy they're finally here. Yay!
Just what you need. You ordered these. I seen them in the cart.
No, somebody sent me them from the YouTube channel.
Sack of cherries.
I didn't buy any of those. I have too many already. Somebody sent them to me because they know how much I love them.
Get it.
I got a little set. You guys know my little hanger thing that I have above the coffee maker in the kitchen? I wanted a set of matching mugs to go up there. So this one is Faith. Faith. And it says, my faith and hope are in God. 1 Peter 1:21. And then
that one.
the green one, which green is my favorite color.
I was talking about your mouth.
This one's talking about my mouth. Some subscribers might agree.
Be still. Be still.
Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. And it says, hope is a strong and trustworthy anchor for our souls. Hebrews 6:19. Speaking of coffee, are we gonna go get a coffee? Date day at the coffee shack. Look, it's a Valentine's card from Jem and Gwen Dush. I hope I said that right. Hope your Valentine's Day is just the way you like it. To the Watson family. Thank you, Dush family. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Super cute. I love all the cards and letters we get. Parker is still replying to all the pen pals. He's actually gotten some letters back again from some of the same kids. And it's been a lot of fun for him. So if you guys are out there and your kids are writing him letters, he's loving it. A man went to his lawyer and told him, my neighbor owes me $500 and he won't pay up. What should I do? Do you have any proof he owes you the money? Asked the lawyer. Nope, replied the man. Okay, then write him a letter asking him for the $5,000 he owed you, said the lawyer. But it's only 500, replied the man. Precisely. That's what he'll reply with, and then you'll have proof. That's so smart. So today we're drinking at the Raven Lunatic Espresso Shack. Yes. Cutest little coffee shacks all over Alaska. Well, why don't we go to the other one that does have heavy
They
cream?
don't have it either.
Since
They
when?
said they did, and the last time we went there, they said they don't carry it. It's half and half.
Who wants half and half? Especially because we don't drink sugar in our coffee. If I'm at home, I have stevia drops that I use, but I don't drink sugar in my coffee. So heavy cream is naturally kind of sweet and it just makes it so good. And half is like half of the goodness.
Just one today. Yeah, I'll pull up. You want to give it to him?
Thank
I
you,
think
man.
she got the.
Oh, Gunner, did you get a treat? I mean, what takes so long? I'm just curious. It's just drip coffee, right? It's not like a latte or...
No, I think they have to do it in the thing.
Oh.
No.
Ooh, Gunner's
Are you
growling.
drooling?
Yay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day. Thank you. Joe went in and got me some heavy whipping cream for my coffee. Aw, happy Valentine's Day to me, huh?
Davis,
Oh, you got me that? That is the best Valentine's present ever, babe.
good.
Yeah, that looks really good. A little bit of creaminess.
Good.
See, I could drink that, Joe. That's good. Heavy cream is where it's at, you know?
I've been feeling so small.
Yeah.
Watch the clock ticking off the wall.
And it's gonna get some
I
exercise.
don't letting it go. Spent my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
All right, so all of Callan's curriculum is here. I'm super excited. So we're doing first grade for everything Christian Light education. So this is the teacher key. You get a teacher key with all of the curriculum, and then here is all of his light unit books. So throughout the year, he works through each of these books. There's 2 quizzes and a test in each one. Once he's done with this book, he moves on to the next book and so on. So we've got math, and I'm like, first grade math is just so easy compared to what I'm doing with Parker. So this is kind of like what we're going to be working on. Just basic addition, subtraction. And then we've got his language arts. So teacher's guide, his light unit books that he'll work through. This is some of like what the language arts looks like. So Callan is just now learning to read. So I'm really excited to get him at that super like foundational level where I can show him everything, special sounds, vowels, consonants, all that good stuff. So we'll be working through this together, and then Parker will be doing his 5th grade curriculum right alongside of us. And then I also got him this I Can Write manuscript, just a little notebook. So it's just for practicing his writing and everything, which I think will be really good for him. His reading curriculum. So the first grade readers are really small. Like you can see, this is super thin. Like Parker's reader in 5th grade, they're thicker like this here. So he uses this one book for all of his lessons for the whole year. But Callan is going to be using these smaller readers that obviously are for beginner readers. For reading, and of course the teacher keys that come with those light unit books. So I went ahead and purchased the whole year curriculum for Kellen. He's supposed to be with us for at least a year. So this is first grade, and I don't know academically where he's at. I know he has been in public school since kindergarten, so but I don't know like where he's at with his reading, with his math and everything. So I'm gonna have to kind of assess that when he gets here. So we're excited. I think we're all set. We got the bunk beds, we got his curriculum for school. Now we just need him to get here. Can't wait. So by the next video, Kellen should be here. We'll be able to introduce him to you guys. I think we'll end the vlog here for now, friends. Take care and stay blessed, and we're excited to see you on the next video. Gotta get these driving shots like us driving away. I'm always trying to catch up to Joe. Come back and get me, Joe. It's cold out here, Joe. It's 10 degrees today, Joe.
My appreciation, yeah.
You're my angel, you're my darling baby.
Old seats too. No, I don't. Okay, stop. Okay, well stop shoving your thing in my mouth. Oh, are you serious right now? Did you ever call in to dedicate a song on the radio? How do we do it? Remember we get like so excited, you actually got on there, you're like, oh my god, I'm so excited, I finally got on. My name is Tina. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I want to dedicate this song to my boyfriend. His name is Joey. Joey, if you're out there, I love you. Is that how it was? Like, no? What would you do, babe? Is that how you did it? If you're gonna dedicate a song to me back in like high school, you know, because that's like where we met and stuff, like what would you say? What would you say? Like, hello, welcome to KDW40. What can we do for you this morning?
No, what happened is I didn't call KDW40.
You didn't call KWDD40? What would you say, Joe?
Dave, shut your mouth.
Joe, just pretend I'm not here.
I'm pretending.
Just pretend, it'll be fun. We just like use your imagination like you called into the radio, you're 17, madly in love with this beautiful little blonde girl named Tina. What would you say?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't say anything, huh?
No.
You just call up like this. Yeah, can you play some Green Day? Oh my god, can you play Shania Twain, You're Still the One? Because like I love my boyfriend so much, and like he is so the one. Yes, Joe, I will be your Valentine. Will you be mine?
Disgusting.